All right. So it looks like I am live. So this is now my second ever live stream that I'm doing. Yesterday was the first one. And I will have to admit now that even though this is the second one, I think I'm feeling more nervous today than I was yesterday. Like my heart right now is like racing. Which is kind of funny, right? Because I'm literally just alone in a room right now. There's no reason for my heart and body to be doing this, but yet it is. um, but yeah, so I am really excited to get on here live today. So I wanted to talk about a topic that is near and dear to my heart, which is self-love. It's definitely something that has been a big part of my journey of healing over these past several years of my life. And yeah, and so I'm just really, really excited to be able to kind of just share a few things that have helped me and that I hope to maybe help others or inspire others, or, can possibly spark some ideas of things that you can implement into your life to add some extra self-love. Because, definitely right now with so much going on in the world, it's just important to really feel that love for oneself and to have that level of just peace and ease. And, because it's not something that we're always able to necessarily get from the outside, but once we are able to really see and have that for ourselves, there's just so much power that comes from that. So let me get into the five different habits that I have been practicing in my life for a number of years now that have really just made an impact in my life. So the first one I wanted to kind of go over was mirror work. So if you're not familiar with mirror work, essentially what it is you're standing in front of a mirror and you're giving yourself praise and love and adoration and just looking into your eyes. This was one that I thought was silly at first. I came across it several years ago, probably in 2012, when I first started on this kind of journey of my own healing. And because I went through a big transitional period in my life back in 2012. And so I remember I came across, I believe, it was Louise Hay, because she's like the godmother of mirror work. And so one of the exercises that she recommends everyone doing is to look in the mirror and to say your name and then say, I love you. I really, really love you. And so I remember when I first tried to do this practice it was so hard for me, especially because during that time, I definitely had a very low self-esteem, a lot of self-hatred. And so I remember I couldn't even look myself in the eyes. Like when I looked in the mirror, like I couldn't even look into my own eyes. It was just that difficult for me. But luckily, Louise kind of has like a downgraded version. Like if you're not at the level yet to be able to tell yourself, I love you, she offers a solution to say, instead, say your name and then say, so like if I were doing it, I would say, Shane, I am willing to learn to like you, so it's a step down. It's not quite love, but it's like, I'm learning to like you. And so just start with that. And then, as you get comfortable with that, then you can, up the game. I'm definitely at a place now. This is just something I practice every morning, just looking into my eyes and just telling myself, I love you. And then I also tell myself, how proud I am of myself, and just giving love to myself in the mirror. So that is definitely something that has had a huge impact in my life throughout the years. And I still practice to this day. Like I did mirror work this morning. And so there is one book that I recommend if you haven't done mirror work, if you're interested in it. Louise Hay has an awesome book called Mirror Work. And it's 21 Days to Heal Your Life. And so it's like a 21 different exercises. And I've done that book. There's some really good different exercises and meditations and things that she walks you through in that book. Like I remember some of them just having me just in tears, just bawling as I was like working through different things. So highly recommend that book. And then I guess another note I wanted to touch with mirror work is eye gazing. So eye gazing is, you probably heard like they talk about doing it with, like, if you stare into someone's eyes for a certain amount of time, you can fall in love with them. And like there's been people who've done different studies of staring into someone's eyes for like 10 minutes or something like that, and then statistically speaking that's supposed to increase the chance of them actually falling in love with each other or something like that. But I decided to incorporate that into self-love. So one of the things I do each morning is part of my morning rituals, I make some herbal tea every morning. And so while that tea is steeping, I go ahead and set a timer for like 10 minutes. And I have a mirror actually set up right near my tea station where I make my tea. So I'm able to just look into the mirror as my tea is doing its thing. And then like I said, I start with the the love and appreciation for myself. And then I just sit quiet or stand there quietly and just look into my eyes and just, I try to really just be present with myself. And I've definitely found that to be pretty powerful, like just to spend like an extended length of time just staring into one's own eyes. It's if you haven't done that before, I highly recommend it. Let's see. Oh, hi, Sonia. Let's see, who else do we have here? Erin, Claudia. Hey, everyone. Welcome. All right, so that was the first tip I wanted to share, mirror work. So the second one kind of goes hand in hand with it is affirmations. So affirmations, if you may know, it's just positive statements. And where I have found affirmation to be really powerful is helping to reprogram, I guess, the negative talk that can be in one's mind. In my mind, there's the voice in my head used to be really, really mean. It's a little less mean now. But for example, let's say if there were times, if I were to say something or do something, there'd be this voice to say, oh, you're so stupid. Why did you say that? Why did you do that? You should have done this. You should have done that. And just so much just negative self-talk. So what affirmations has helped to do is to reprogram nicer things. So it's like, you are awesome, you are loved. Or one of my favorites was like, I am lovable, I am loving, and I am loved. And just so many different affirmations. So affirmations are just can be a lot of fun. There's so many different ones out there. You can find ones that really speak to you and, things that you want to incorporate in your life. There's different ways to play around with affirmations as far as, you can write them out on sticky notes and post them up all over the house or on your mirror. So as you're brushing your teeth, you have these positive words there in front of you. One of the things I do every morning, actually, when I wake up, is I have an audio that I play. And again, Louise Hay's coming up in here. So it's actually a Louise Hay. It's called like 101 Power Thoughts for like Life and Living, I think. And it's like soft piano music playing and just Louise just saying all these wonderful positive things. And so like that's like how I wake up. I play that, and then I make my bed and just kind of tidy up and do different things, brush my teeth. And so that's how I start my mornings with affirmations. And so I definitely feel that through the years of using affirmations, I have definitely noticed an improved difference in my self-esteem and my self-talk. And and along with affirmations too, I know a lot of people talk about what's called affirmations, which is essentially asking, they're like affirmations, but in a question form, because some people feel that just saying an affirmation. So if you say, I am wealthy, but then if you just say that statement, but your experience has been that you're not, your mind will just kind of throw that statement out as like, bull crap. No, you're not, but if you pose it as a question, the brain is very clever. Our brain loves to solve problems and answer questions. So instead of saying I'm wealthy, you could say, why am I so wealthy? So then your brain has to come up with the solution to that. Oh, wait, why am I so wealthy? So that can be a good way to do this as well, is instead of just writing affirmations, is to write them as positive questions, because the mind is also one, when in the negative state, can ask questions like, oh, why am I so stupid, why am I so dumb, and things like that. So instead of asking those questions, you can switch them around to asking, why am I so so smart and intelligent? Why do things always work out for me? Instead of asking, why does everything go wrong? So instead of asking, like, why does everything always go right for me? Like, that's one to actually say a lot. Like, things are always working out for me. Like, why do things always work out for me? So that's another way to play around, with affirmations. I guess that's technically like affirmations, but asking better questions. Because our brain, that's what it does. It loves to solve problems. So if you give it, silly questions, negative questions, then it's going to give you answers to that. So instead of getting negative answers, if you ask positive questions, it'll come up with some nice positive feedback and responses there and actually lift you up as opposed to bring you down. So that is the second one that I want to touch in here. Yeah. Hey, Nicole. Let's see. All right, so going on to number 3. So this is the third thing that has had a huge impact in building up my self-love over these years is meditation. Yeah. So meditation is one that there's all kinds of different views, right? Because if you go down that rabbit hole, there's a million different types of meditations and ways of doing it. And I would say at this point in my journey, I've done so many different ones. Like I've even studied with like a guru from India and just done all these different things. And I feel all has had a positive benefit. So in that, I say with meditation, find something and just try it out and go from there. I will say, like, some of the things I hear from people a lot of times with meditation is like, oh, it didn't work for me, or I can't keep my mind quiet, or things like that. And I think some of that comes from a misconception of what meditation is, because meditation, at least to me, my own personal, I guess, thoughts or feelings of how I've come to understand it, is that it's not necessarily about quieting the mind, because the mind thinks. That's what it does. Your heart beats, your lung breathes, and your mind thinks. So the only way to completely cut it off would be to, stop the heart, stop the lungs and everything else. And trust me, at that point, your mind will stop thinking. But what I have found powerful with meditation is that it does help you to calm and chill out. So then maybe your thoughts aren't racing as much, but they're still there. But then also, as I sit in meditation, I notice you start to get this kind of like separation. So to where you start to notice that there are thoughts, but then like you're back here and then you're the one just seeing the thoughts. And as you practice meditation over time, the separation kind of gets further and further. And so you're able to find this like sense of peace, where you're not being run away by your thoughts and feelings and emotions. You're able to see that you're the observer and you're the one watching them as they go by. And then you find like this sense of just kind of power and peace that comes from that. So that's what I've noticed from practicing meditation. So I don't sit there trying to force my thoughts to stop or anything. If anything, I'm just allowing them to do what they want to do. And then I just see them and it's like, I'm just kind of notice, oh, that's an interesting thought. And then it flows away. All of a sudden there's a new one. And they just come and go. That's just what they do. And then you can kind of ponder, where are these thoughts coming from? And then as you go down, you realize there's like this silence where they come from, and like everything, it gets deep, but it has to be experienced. So the only way to really experience is that just to do it. And then to also know that there's no wrong way to do meditation. That it's literally just sit down, close your eyes. That's it. Like you can't really do that wrong. So don't be hard on yourself if you've like been struggling with meditation or anything like that. It's just like really just sit, set a timer, and I would say chill, but maybe you're not going to chill. Don't chill. Allow yourself not to chill. Just sit there and then notice the unrest in your body. And what is that telling you? And then so that's meditation. Oh, I did want to share like one tool, something that helped me definitely for a period of time. I was using, there's this thing called Muse, M-U-S-E. It's a headband. It's like, I think their tagline is the brain sensing headband. But it's like this headband, it has these sensors in it. And they basically, it's kind of like, I guess like a EEG or whatever that thing is called that reads your brain waves. And so when you wear this headband, it connects to your phone. It's just a little lightweight, little Bluetooth deal. And when you're wearing that, like it connects to your phone and there's an app and you put headphones in and you're actually able to get biofeedback, which is really cool. So then as you're sitting there hearing, you're like hearing like birds chirping, things like wind. And so, but as your thoughts get crazy, it like the storm will pick up in your headphones. And then you realize like, oh, you know, I'm going crazy with my thoughts. Let me focus on my breath. And then as you get into that stillness, then you start hearing like these birds chirp. And so it's really cool. It's really cool. You get like this feedback. So if you're someone that wants that, I guess, that level of feedback, and you do have a concern, oh, is this doing anything? I think that is a cool way. That does cost, I don't know what they are, maybe like $100 or something like that. So there is an expense to that, but I really liked it. I love getting that data. I love that it gives you like reward points and things. So it's almost like a game. And then I also like that it you keep track of like your streak and things like that. But like I said, that does come at a cost to have that type of data. But outside of that, you know, meditation is completely free because, like I said, you just sit down, close your eyes. So if you don't have that type of money, don't worry. You can just sit and meditate and still get all the benefits. And then there are cool apps too for free. There's one that I like for timer because I'm at a place now where I just want to have like a meditation like timer. And then so like there's one, I think it's called like mindfulness or something like. So there are a lot of cool free apps too for meditation. So that's, I guess, my spiel on meditation. It's cool stuff as you really take time practicing it, and also know that it builds up over time, similar to like going to the gym. You know, you don't expect to go to the gym, work out for 20 minutes, and then be like, oh, you know, man, I worked out for 20 minutes and I'm not looking like that model over there. It's like, no, you kind of got to keep going every day. And then you'll see those type of, you know, cuts and gains and all that fun stuff that happens at a gym. I haven't been to the gym in so long. I miss those days. Anyways. Yeah, so that's meditation. So that was the third cool thing, a self-love practice that has helped me going within, getting to know myself. And then number 4 I have here is being around positive people. This is a big one. So I guess they say like that you're like the sum total of like the 5 people you hang around most or something like that. I'm not sure where they got that statistic from, but I guess there's something to be said about the people who you spend the most time around. And, you know, we influence each other. You know, that's what we do as humans. You know, we're energetic beings, and as we're around each other, we influence, and sometimes it's for the good and sometimes it's for the not so good. So as, you know, you are aware of the people that you're spending time around, start to really take a note of how do people make you feel. So that was something that I started doing, you know, in my life and my journey, is just really being mindful of the people who I spent time with, and, you know, and then how did I feel after spending time with them or while spending time with them? You know, did I feel uplifted and, you know, in my power and just feeling good, or did I feel not so good? You know, were they putting me down? Were they knocking my dreams and things like that? You know, it definitely helps if you're able to be around people who, you know, if you have a dream or something, that they're like, yes, go for it, you got this, you know, and things of that nature. So yeah, definitely I would say the people you hang around has a huge influence on helping you to just really care for yourself and for your own, you know, well-being, definitely. So definitely be around positive people. And, you know, as far as how to find positive people, I guess my strategy in the past was attending events, and like I was like a lot of the friends I have now in my life, I've met through going to different events of where there were just a lot of just high vibe people. Like I would go to like Byron Katie events and Tony Robbins and who else? All kinds of events. I've been to so many events over the years, which is another thing I miss right now. That's me getting sidetracked. Oh yeah, and Gina DeVee, my mentor. So I met a lot of awesome people at her events as well. And so yeah, positive people. I guess now at this point, I guess there's online events. So I guess you get to online events, find cool people. I've met cool people online. I have one of my best, like, dear friends. We met on Instagram of all places. And we have since met in real life and have hung out many a times over the years now, but we originally met on Instagram. So the internet is a cool place to be able to find like-minded humans and individuals around the world. And so it's a really cool time, definitely. And now the fifth one that I want to bring in these 5 self-love habits is fun hobbies, doing things that you love, incorporating them into your life. Because as I look at in my past, I did a lot of things out of should, like I felt like there were a lot of things I did because it's like, I should do this, I should do that. But it was a lot of times I never took that time to really tap in as far as what is it that my heart truly wanted or that I wanted to do. I'm kind of at a different path in life now where I'm being more conscious in my decisions and making them from a place of, does this feel good? Is this something that I actually enjoy doing, as opposed to, is this just something that I'm doing because if I fear that if I don't do it, there's this consequence. I'm trying to move more now from a place of love as opposed to a place of fear, which is not easy, definitely. But it comes with practice. And so I think with fun hobbies, I feel like that brings a little bit where, yes, you may have to do a lot of things that you may not necessarily fully enjoy right now, whether it be, a job or, whatever it is. But if you bring like small things into your life to do each day, that can make a huge impact. Just something that is just for you, for fun. There's no consequences. There's no, no big stress about it. It's just something that you're doing as an expression of just your heart and joy. So like one of the things I did in recent times, total fun, I guess a fun hobby I picked up was skateboarding. This was back in like 2018. I just randomly decided I want to learn to skateboard. Well, I say randomly, it started in Barcelona because I was spending a month in Barcelona just hanging out. And then there's a lot of skateboarders and stuff in Barcelona. And then I was just like, I decided to buy like a little cruiser board out there. And then that's where the bug started. And then I just started going from there. And then I ended up buying like an actual type of, street style skateboard and learned to ollie and carve a bowl and do all kinds of cool stuff and met all kinds of amazing people. 2018 was a fun year, man. That summer was amazing. And in that, as I incorporated that fun into my life, it is interesting that I noticed that was when a big boom happened within my business. Because I feel like when you do things from love and passion, that influences every area of your life. Like it just has a way of just kind of spreading the love and things can grow and it nourishes things. And so, yeah, definitely make time for something that you love every day. So one of the things I'm doing right now every day is for fun is I've been doing like a draw every day thing. Well, almost every day. I haven't done it every day, but I'm trying to play around because I want to get art is something that has definitely been a fun hobby of mine or something that I've enjoyed. So I've been challenging myself to actually draw every day and have that as something fun to have into my life. And so it's not just work mode, 24/7 work, which I have a tendency to do. Like I am someone, I can be a woman obsessed. Like if I have a mission, I'm just like focused and it's like, let's get it done. And then I'm working around the clock and I've been learning. It's a journey. So I've definitely been learning. It's like, all right, you got to take time to chill and, you got to do some other things. You have to have a creative outlet. And so, so fun hobbies is definitely something to have, within your life, just different things, even if it's, something small, it just helps and it makes a huge impact. So that's my 5 things. Let me go through the comments. This is fun. Let's see. Yeah. So, hey, everyone. So many hearts and likes in here. Thank you so much. Let me know, anyone, if you have any questions. Let's type them in now. Let's see. See, Sonia says, yes, knowing you are definitely will lead you to spend time doing what you love. Oh, knowing who you are. Yeah, definitely. Actually, I think, let's see. Hey, Erin. Let's see. Thank you for sharing. I'm on a similar path and have come so far in my journey, but it's uplifting and a great reminder to hear you. Love your enthusiasm. Aw, thank you. And yes, it's so cool that there's so many other people on this path of, this is definitely a time for everyone. I feel like the more we, really take the time for ourselves and to cultivate the love within us, that spreads to everyone else, and everyone else has that permission, to really love themselves. And then as everyone is in love, things can get lifted up, man. That's me being in my hippie talk. Let's see. Claudia is asking, can you write down the books that you mentioned so I can look them up? Yep. I will definitely put the books in here. I should have been more prepared. I could have. I will keep that note for future. Let's see what else we got here. All right. So I don't think I see any more questions coming in as of yet, but I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for being with me here on this live today. I do feel a lot better. At the beginning, I was feeling a bit nervous because this is my second time doing a live stream. And so I'm just like, the nerves are definitely, or maybe it was excitement. Maybe I need to reinterpret because that's like a Tony Robbins thing. Like, the same feelings that you feel for, that we call anxiety can be described as the same feelings for excitement. So I was really excited at the start of this call, but right now I'm feeling good. Like, this is definitely a lot of fun. I'm definitely enjoying this. So this live stream is actually something, I guess, an example of me doing something, adding a fun, I guess, element to my life as well, and me challenging, because I've feared, I guess, doing this, like being on camera and in front of people has been a something that I've avoided. So like, I'm like challenging myself to do this. So you will definitely be seeing a lot more of me in these coming days if you want to, but I will be going live and just having fun doing this. So thank you so much. And put in any questions, requests, I will get I will respond. And yeah, if you have any topics for future lives, let me know, because I'm doing a challenge right now. So I'm going to be doing this for a number of consecutive days. So all right. So thank you so much, everyone. And I love you. And I will see you tomorrow if you want. All right. Bye.